So where does it go from here? You know what I'm saying? Like what is it looking like for him?
We're going to trial.
Gotcha.
We're going to trial on both instances. And I just filed. I just sent it out this morning. I just filed. I just sent a petition to Donald Trump and to the White House.
Yeah.
And I also sent a petition to the Detroit City Council and the Detroit mayor because he is a Detroiter. And in my mind, we need some government officials to step in and take a look at what's going on here, because in my mind, it is prosecutorial overreach. And it's almost, I don't want to be insulting. I'm going to call it overreach, but I really want to call it prosecutorial misconduct, because something ain't right. There is no way, when you look at the initial federal complaint, where it spells out that before a shooting happened, before a gun possession happened, he was a victim of an assault and of a robbery. Before you get to any gun, before you get to any shooting, there was a robbery and it was an assault. So nobody has been charged or arrested for the robbery and assault that took place prior to the shooting. And then the media, and then some of the officials are trying to, the wording in the complaint, the wording in the legal document, they're trying to make it look like that Ben 10 was a victim. No, you're not a victim. Like if I try to rob you, let's just say you out and about and I see you and you got a nice car, what you do, I try to carjack you. If you shoot me while I'm in the commission of robbing you for anything, car, watch, chain, anything, if you shoot me while I'm trying to rob you, that don't make me no motherfucking victim. It makes me a person who was injured while I was in the commission of committing the crime. That's different. But when you look at all the wording from the federal complaint, when you look at how they redacted their names and called them victim 1 and victim 2, they didn't identify them by name. Why? It's like these niggas on the witness protection program. Why you scrubbing their motherfucking names out the initial criminal complaint? Why are you not listing them by name?
Yeah.
It's the craziest shit in the world. So that right there told me that something was going on that was more than meet the eye, because there's no way in the world that you can articulate in the criminal complaint from the felon in the possession of a firearm. Right. You articulating that he was being robbed and assaulted. When a gun appeared, they didn't even say he had a gun. They just said that while he's being robbed and assaulted, a gun appeared, he picked it up and used it to defend himself. We can argue about whether he went too far, but we can't argue about how it all started, how it all initiated. He was attacked and he was robbed. In the criminal complaint, it even says that they were snatching at his chains, and that they even said that the NBA Dead End Ron guy took his watch off his hand and put it in his pocket. So when you look at the video, I can say to you, well, hey, I think you went too far.
Yeah.
But when you're being attacked by multiple people like that, and you know that one of the people who's involved in this is a guy that you had a long-standing issue with, when you know that, right? I'm going to defend myself till I put a motherfucker all the way down.
Now, I want you to play devil's advocate. Do you think if he would have never made those music videos, do you think he would have been straight? If he just would have went under the radar, kind of just did what he did and just not made those videos, do you think the videos caught him up?
No. And I'm going to tell you why.
Yeah.
Because somebody has to answer for what happened. This is Texas, bro. This is Houston.
Gotcha.
Right? Somebody had to answer for it because there was too much injury that took place, right? So there had to be an explanation. Like if the feds wouldn't have done something, then it would certainly been some type of investigation that came down from on high, because there was too much injury, there was too much chaos, there was too much news coverage. So it was going to happen anyway. Did he make a mistake by creating songs and doing the rap video? He may have. There's an argument to be made for that, but there was too much injury that happened that night for every stone that could be overturned to not be overturned. Because too much injury, it was too much chaos. It was too much press coverage because of who was involved with the NBA, the Jay Prince Jr., and then All-Star JR.
Yeah.
And then you have a situation that it spanned 3 states, because you have Texas, you have Louisiana, and you have Michigan, all in the conversation of this bullshit that took place. So do I think that I think he could have done without it, but I think that somebody had to answer for what took place. And that's where it gets tricky. Yeah. Because the person who's having to answer for everything that took place, even though the criminal complaint spells out him being the victim initially, he's the only one that had to answer for anything. How in the fuck do you get to a gun? How in the fuck do you get to an assault, an aggravated assault, without first examining the fact and taking a look at the fact that it's all on camera? So nobody has to say anything. People were speculating whether the feds wanted JR to say, or to put a name in the face with whoever he thought had the gun. Right? It was speculation about he wanted them, the feds wanted JR to give them background information about how the whole thing started. I don't gotta give you no background information. You see it all on camera. Not only so what we all saw was the footage from an innocent bystander, just an onlooker. But the confessions is camered up too. So they have all of that inside and outside. The feds and local law enforcement, they have all of that. They know what happened. They know what took place. They know that it was not a party. It was not an NBA birthday party for OG3 inside the confessions. The birthday party for OG3 was at Atlantic Oceans. And a part of the whole birthday celebration novelty package, they print your name on the menus.
Right.
At Atlantic Ocean. So we have footage of them having his birthday celebration at Atlantic Ocean. They got a phone call, and then the whole group of them came to confessions, and they met up with Jay Prince Jr. outside. They had a meeting for like 10, 15 minutes before they all came in. They got there, I think, like about 11:10, 11:15. Yeah. They had a 15-minute conversation with each other before they came in. They came in at 11:30. The place, it's Wednesday, April 8th. Confessions closes at midnight. The kitchen closes at 11:30. They were not already in there. Jay Prince Jr. made a statement that he has since taken down, where he says that he was running late and he arrived at the party late because he had to go to physical therapy and he had to go to his aunt's birthday party. So he says he arrived late to the party. There was no party at Confessions. The party was at Atlantic Ocean. So they all walked in together. He didn't walk in late to a party that was already ongoing. He lied. That's not what happened.
Damn, bro. Well, for anybody that wants to support All-Star JR, how can they do that? Because I know you're the spokesman. He talks directly to you.
Yeah,
so.
right now, I just filed a petition, and I just mailed the petition to Donald Trump. We need some type of congressional or executive oversight about what's going on here, because none of this shit is normal. Nothing about this situation is normal. First of all, the whole thing is a bunch of bullshit to begin with.
Yeah.
Because we have a situation where the NBA guys inserted themselves into an ongoing problem between Jay Prince Jr. and All-Star JR over his baby mama, and over Jay Prince Jr. overstepping his boundaries in terms of trying to cause some dissension amongst two people who were co-parenting but separated. So Jay Prince Jr. did everything in his power to make their relationship be uncomfortable, which is some whole shit within and of itself. And then when you look at what happened, the NBA guys, you got Baton Rouge mad as a motherfucker about what? What are you mad about? What y'all should be mad about is why those guys inserted themselves into a situation about a female they didn't know, and about a situation they had no dog in the fight with. You hear me? They got themselves put in that situation. Something they should be mad about. So I sent in a petition to Donald Trump. I sent a petition to Donald Trump. I sent a petition to Detroit City Council and the Detroit mayor and the mayor of Detroit. Somebody needs to put some pressure on this shit, because in my mind, All-Star JR is being blackballed. And there's an unseen hand operating this shit. And we need to get to what the fuck going on around here, because something ain't right.